My name is Cheryl Antonsic. I'm the owner of Smokehouse BBQ here in downtown Asheville. But we made our way down to Asheville I moved here actually in 2018, and we started our project and construction of the Bears here on Cox Avenue in 2020. I came to Asheville in 2018 just to go hiking with my dog, and like many people, they fall in love with the mountains. And during that visit, which was in the spring of 2018, as I was visiting downtown and made my way to the South Slope, at the time there wasn't a lot of food options, but there were a lot of breweries, and Bears, barbecue, beer, all of that goes so well together. And I just fell in love with the community, with the locals, and all of the arts and the music and the vibe that was happening here. One of the biggest things that Bears has been founded is by getting involved in community, different community initiatives, and it's just naturally folded into really our mission is not just to serve our guests, but to serve our greater community. We established great partnerships with other athletics teams in Connecticut, and so when we came here to Asheville, getting tied in with UNC Asheville, which is kind of already in our core. I think that people ask that question, like, why did you start feeding the community? How did you come to have World Central Kitchen on your property and being able to really take care of not just Asheville, but the greater region? At the peak, we were feeding 40,000 people a day out of this property. And really, it's just what we do. I really do believe that service is in our blood, and my team on Friday of the storm, by that afternoon, they had figured, they were all thankfully safe. Everybody was safe. They made their way to me, and we got down here, and it was just like, you didn't even have to say anything. They just knew we need to save the food. And by Saturday morning, we had a plan that if the walk-ins were going to go down and we're going to lose product, we were just going to start cooking as much as we could. And we had an established relationship through my business partner with World Central Kitchen. And when somehow they communicated, because he lives in Connecticut, so from the outside they could see what was happening here. And then World Central Kitchen came, and it's just what we do. And I think that people through this that have stayed and helped, they've gravitated towards like where their skill set is and where they can add value. If you were able to, in a position to help your community, what could you offer? And Bears, we can offer food, and we know how to cook in volume. World Central Kitchen has committed to staying beyond December and helping us get through the winter with what is really going to be a vulnerable time for some of those most heavily impacted areas in particular. But we need to continue to look beyond that, and looking into the spring, a year or 2 years from now, I have launched an initiative, Equal Plates Project, which is a local nonprofit here, to do this work for those that emerge and do need some food support, and set them up from an infrastructure standpoint. Right now, they're an amazing organization based here in downtown Asheville that feeds about 1,000 people a day through various programs like the HOP program that's related to Medicaid, low-income families, senior housing units. This initiative is really aiming at getting them set up from a structure standpoint that they can respond to the food insecurity that we're going to see continues and persists in the spring and beyond. But also really key is we were left, this community, and it's not just us, it's a lot of communities, are not prepared to respond to even small disasters. So like the Haywood flooding that happened a few years ago, 2 years ago when Christmas, the pipes froze and people were without water, we would, by setting up Equal Plates Project, we won't need to rely on someone like the American Red Cross coming in to provide meals. If they need to turn it on right away, 5,000, 10,000 meals for a few weeks, we've got it. Thank you. Thank you. We were flooded with volunteers on this property when World Central Kitchen set up, and we were doing the meals. So the community that came and helped us every single day is what made it possible. So a huge thank you to them. And I would say for anyone that is concerned like we are about the food insecurity, reach out. And I can certainly, and I'd be happy to fill them in on how they could help support getting us set up with, Equal Plates project getting set up, because I really do believe, there's a lot of things I believe, but, food, water, shelter, obviously basic human needs. And beyond that is connection to others and keeping hope going. And that's what truly builds resiliency. And if we can continue to provide hot meals to people who are struggling, maybe they could find a way to make their own meal, but having it done for them while they're trying to rebuild their lives is so crucial. So that food is the basis of where it starts, the rebuild.